Good, happy Sunday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to your Sunday evening edition of WRMK News 12 Evening Newscast. We have a lot of news to get to this Sunday evening, so let's get started right now. First up, man arrested after driving stolen car took off from police in Merrimack, authorities say. Let's take a listen to that report from WMUR News 9.
When Doug and Andre came to TurboTax,
we navigated a turbulent housing market by buying a motor.
Thank you. Now, a man is in custody tonight after police say he stole a car and ran from police. Merrimack police say a patrol officer tried to stop a car for a violation, but the driver didn't stop. That man then led police to the Fidelity property, where police say he left his car and went around a building. Police say they set off around the area, and Nashua K-9 units and state police drones helped them track him down. Now, they later found out that car was stolen. Police say that the man even knocked on someone's door asking to use their phone. That person called the police. The police haven't released that man's name yet or charges against him.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Hampstead Hospital staff member assaulted and taken to the hospital, authorities say. Let's take a listen to that report. A staff member at Hampstead Hospital was taken to the hospital after being assaulted Sunday afternoon, authorities confirmed. New Hampshire State Police confirmed that a staff member at the facility was assaulted and taken to the hospital, but had no further information to provide. Also confirmed that State Police responded to Hampstead Hospital on Friday night, but no other information was provided. We have learned about multiple incidents at the hospital over the past few weeks, including an incident in which police were called Thursday night. Staff members said some staffers were dragged by their hair and others had their eyeglasses broken. On Friday, we spoke with Hampstead Hospital CEO Justin Lucier, who told us that a small number of patients, just one or two, have been causing most of the issues. He confirmed that some staff members have had to get medical treatment after being assaulted. He said dealing with violent outbursts is part of reality of treating patients with acute psychiatric issues. But he said the primary focus is on safety for everyone inside the building. On Friday morning, the Deputy Commissioner of Department of Health and Human Services said at a meeting of the Commission of Children's Services that the incident Thursday night was resolved quickly. The Deputy Commissioner said that to her knowledge, no one was injured in Thursday night's incident. The state is doing an assessment program dealing with children with the hope of helping all at-risk youth and possibly preventing some from needing the level of care provided at Hampstead Hospital. That assessment is expected to be ready this summer. Reporting for WRMK News 12, reporting live here outside the Hampstead Hospital, I'm Riley King. Okay, and there you go on that report. Target set to limit self-checkout to 10 items or less. Let's take a listen to that report from ABC News.
There's one simple vision hack anyone can use to improve vision, so you can say goodbye to your optometrist for good. Did you know that vision impairment...
Now, the big question is self-checkout checking out? Target shaking it up. It is now putting 10 items or less. He did. 10 items or less restrictions on those self-service lines, while some other popular retailers are phasing self-checkout out altogether. Will Gans has looked into the whys of it all. Is it checking out? Well, I do not sound good when I ask.
Let's just give her the Pulitzer right now. That was beautiful poetry, Janae. The self-checkout switch-up goes into effect today at Target stores across the country, so expect some changes to your superstore shopping trip. And with the return to staffed checkout lanes, it's an excuse to talk about one of my all-time favorite SNL characters.
I'm on the clock and ready to rock!
Paging Kristen Wiig.
Target to somebody, welcome to Target!
It's a self-checkout switch-up. Target now reserving self-checkout lanes for customers with 10 items or less. Approved! The change going into effect today at most of the retailer's 2,000 countrywide locations. After several years of customers relying on self-checkout as a contact-free option during the pandemic.
This yielded quite a few challenges, but one of them is this funny little notion called partial shrink, which is when a shopper perhaps either accidentally or intentionally doesn't scan all of the items in their order. So some of the stuff goes out the door without having been paid for.
After testing this self-checkout swap out, Target telling us, quote, "We did see a reduction of theft in our test stores, but the program wasn't directed in targeting theft, even though we did see it was reduced." And Dollar General pulling self-checkout entirely in 300 of its highest shrink stores and implementing a 5 items or less rule at self-checkout lanes in thousands of others. Some of Walmart's locations also scaling back their self-checkout options as some frustrated customers call for a cleanup on aisle TikTok.
You have more than half of your self-checkout lanes closed.
The retailer telling us, quote, "During these times of limited access, some stores are designating select self-checkout stations for Walmart Plus customers using our Scan and Go service and Spark drivers for quicker access and delivery services." And as Target self-checkout rules go into effect today, they say it's all about efficiency and customer experience. A reminder, though, self-checkout isn't going away entirely. You can still use it if you've got 10 items or less, you guys.
Who gets 10 items or less at Target?
Just a bunch of produce.
Yeah.
Try to sort that out at self-checkout. What kind of apple? All right, thank you, Will. Appreciate it.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos.
Okay, and there you go on that report. And we are going to switch gears now. Let's go into sports. Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to your sports report right here on WRMK News 12. Let's get started right now. First up, the Boston Bruins. They had a game yesterday evening, and the final score of the Boston Bruins game was Boston Bruins 6 and Philadelphia Flyers 5. The Boston Bruins won the game yesterday evening. Congratulations, Boston Bruins. Boston Bruins are 40-14-15, and Philadelphia Flyers are 34-26-8. And next game for Bruins will be on Tuesday, March 19th at 7 o'clock p.m. against the Senators. Let's go, Bruins. Hopefully they can win Tuesday night's game. The Boston Celtics, they have a game tonight at 6 o'clock p.m. against the Washington Wizards. Let's go, Boston Celtics. Hopefully they can win tonight's game. Game time, 6 o'clock p.m. And Red Sox, they had a spring training game earlier today, and the final score of their spring training game was Red Sox 3 and Atlanta Braves 3 as well. Tied spring training game today. And that is your sports report right here on WRMK News 12. Thank you for watching this sports report. Have a great evening and goodbye. Okay, and that is a look at your sports. And that does it for this evening edition of your Sunday evening edition of WRMK News 12 Evening Newscast. Thank you for watching. Have a great evening and good night.